Hi guys, so today I'm at an antique shop here, not too far from my house in a small town called Palmer. It's Palmer Antiques. And I just wanted to show you some stuff and do a little bit of a shop along. And this booth is absolutely incredible. Look at all this vintage Halloween and some Christmas. There's a beautiful chalkware Santa here, which I absolutely love, and he's a bank. And that one is 38 on him. How cool is he, huh? Yeah. So we got some really great stuff, some nice green glass. But, you know, it's not really easy to find some really good deals on some of these things because they are priced. They're definitely priced to sell. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do a voiceover now because the shop started getting a little bit busy and just with some chatter going on, and I just sold a piece. I'm pointing out to that piece there, that little banana boat. So due to the music and everything, just for people's privacy, I decided to just do a voiceover, so hopefully this is okay for you folks. But yeah, this shop I visit quite often, and I tend to find some really beautiful, beautiful things here. And there's the infamous marigold, herringbone marigold. Yep, we have lots of it around here. There's a lot of green glass, but like I had mentioned earlier, a lot of this is priced to sell. So, you know, it's kind of stuff that, you know, you just really can't, you know, pick up as a reseller because, you know, there isn't a lot of meat on the bone. So, pardon me if I'm, you know, moving this camera a little bit too fast, but I just figured I would give you guys a thorough tour of this great antique shop. And we just flipped over to another booth. And some beautiful pink depression glass there. There's a little Fenton piece in the front. And oh, look at that pink candy dish. That's a beautiful one. There's a laurel pattern there. Beautiful amber sandwich tidbit tray. There's some $2 for that creamer. I hemmed and hawed about that, but there was no sugar, unfortunately. Then I looked at these here, these candlesticks. Now, these seem to be mid-century, but I really wasn't sure. So I didn't pick those up. I put them back. So if any of you know if those were older pieces, you know, let me know. There was some yellow depression glass there, but those are pieces that I've had before, so I didn't bother picking those up. And again, a lot of these are priced to sell because these are people's booths that have already thrifted and they've already picked these items up. Now this is a hat pin holder, I believe. They look like muffin ears, but it's not. It's actually a hat pin holder. That was really beautiful for $5, but I think it had a chip or a crack or something on it. I thought this was kind of interesting, that little doll. Yeah, as you can see, these booths, they have quite a bit. Now here's a cute little tea set here, but is a yellowware tea set. And I know I have some folks out here, out in Oldehadleyvintage land, that are looking for tea sets like that, little kids tea sets. So here's another booth, guys. And this one here had some vintage, I guess these are probably from the 50s or 60s, porch lights. I couldn't see the price on them, but I knew they were a little pricey, so I put those back, those patio lights. How cool are those? I know they made them in different shapes and styles. I would love to get a set of the owls. That would be really cool because I love owls. I'm not sure if you guys know that, but it's one of my favorite things are owls. So this booth is nice. They have a lot of nice glass in it. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that's a I think it's like a mid-century glass piece there. $5. Yeah, and as you can see, the prices are not too bad in this shop. This is why I like to come in a lot of the stores. A lot of these shops actually have discounts too. You'll see a lot of the signs hanging up. Yeah, it's a pretty green piece that I was showing. Yeah, it's $34.95. But like I said, a lot of them have signs up. See that one there? There's a yellow sign, 20% off. So that's pretty good. So I tried to go through. I think I went through most of the store for you guys, so you get quite a bit here to look at. Just thrifting along with me here. Actually antique shopping, because this is an antique shop. So, and each of these booths are privately owned, and they rent out their booths, and individual people sell their wares. And there's a pretty amber ashtray. It's a pretty basket. What am I looking at here? Pretty milk glass. Looks like a coaster. Some nice pink depression glass there. Divided dish. A lot of those dishes, as you know, came with those metal holders made by the Revere company? Yeah, something like that, actually. Yeah, there you go. How ironic. That's what I was just talking about. So that other one that's on that other shelf, that divided one, would probably fit right in there. I think I was looking at the price on it. And that booth has 30% off too, so $32 minus 30%. So, and they sometimes have sales, items over $10. Yeah, so not too bad. Oh, that's a cute little green piece. That looks like a little salt cellar. Czech. It's a Czechoslovakian piece. A little salt cellar. And there's some dogs up there. Yeah, I zoomed in on that doll too, because I remember that my grandmother actually had that on one of her shelves. I think that's like a birthday doll or something. Porcelain piece. Made in Japan piece. I think by now you guys can see why I love this shop. Isn't it great? They have such wonderful stuff. The vendors have just their booths just so well stocked. That's a nice green piece. I'm not sure the maker on that one. Tough Bake? I think that was one of the ones I wanted to look up. Yeah, Tough Glass, Tough Bake. I've never heard of that before. There's an owl sitting in that rocking chair. He's cute. And that was just like an advertisement measuring glass. And these are pretty. Those are Fostoria American in different colors. Pink and blue. The prices, I think I was shaking my finger because the prices were just a little bit too high on those. I know I have a set of clear downstairs. I'm going to be doing a Fostoria American sale soon. It might be a drop sale, because not everybody likes Fostoria American or collects it, so. But I might do that. So, kind of taking a scan of everything here for you guys so you see what this store has to offer. And I'm just kind of picking on some items. I think it's a McCoy piece. Yeah, that's a pretty piece. I have that piece, I think, upstairs. I do collect McCoy. I collect the ivory. Yep, and there it is, the real McCoy. I do collect the ivory and the green. And the other colors, not so much, unless it's a very unique piece. So, boy, this booth has quite a bit in it. A little bit of everything for everyone. Yep, and there's some booths that have videos, the DVDs and things like that. There's some really old radios. If Scott ends up watching this video, he'll see those. He knows more about those than I do. Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. That's a pretty piece here, the amber insert. Really beautiful, but I think it was a little pricey, so that's why I left it there, even though they were having a sale, you know. Because again, guys, you know, when I go to these stores and stuff, you know, I'm in there looking for things that I can hope to... oh, there's a Raggedy Andy. Actually, no, that's Raggedy Ann. Poor Raggedy Andy. No, I don't think he would be cut wearing a dress. But in this booth was 30% off. But like as I was saying, you know, I'm shopping for you folks now. I'm hoping to find that's a Nippon piece. Beautiful Nippon. And in case you guys didn't know, Nippon actually is another name for Japan. It's a very early Japan piece. Now this I picked up because it reminded me of my grandma, and I remember her having this basket in her garage, and I remember she used to have her... I remember she had her gardening tools, her little rakes and little things in there, and that was her little gardening basket that she used. There's a nice Westinghouse milk glass for Westinghouse, probably made by either Westmoreland or one of the other milk glass companies. I don't know why I picked that up. It's usually not my cup of tea. And oh, that was a beautiful piece here. This was stunning. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And does it say France on it, if I'm not mistaken? Really beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, you know, I'm editing this on my phone, so it's hard for me to zoom in and see these prices as I'm talking with you, but I believe, yeah, this is one of the booths that I really like. I usually find a lot of little things here in this particular booth. This person has some really nice stuff, so I usually take my time. Kind of look at everything. And they usually have some pretty good deals. That's a beautiful piece there. Not everybody had a sale that day, but some people did. Oh, that's a beautiful amber piece there. I couldn't see the price, but that was really pretty. There's some old Pyrex there down at the bottom. No, not a fan. I know some of you may be fans of that Annalise, but I am absolutely not.
So, that's a beautiful piece. It's probably a 1930s piece. There's some Pyrex on the very bottom there. Those are some Fire King. That's the Philby pattern in blue. I do have a few of those. Now that, as you guys know, if you've been watching my shows, that is a mustache mug. It's not a shaving mug. See? She has it right. Thumbs up. Good job. That's a mustache mug, not a shave mug. And I believe, yeah, that had to come home with me. Yep. Why, guys? Well, it's got Lilies of the Valley on there, and I do collect items that have Lily of the Valley on there. So I did end up picking up that piece for myself. It has some sentimentality for me. So, and we're in another booth here. I really hope you guys enjoy this. Hopefully it's not boring for you. I know personally I enjoy these shop along videos. Now that is Blue Heaven. That's the pattern that my mom had when I was growing up. We had a lot of that Blue Heaven. And something else that we also had a lot of was copper tint. Well, here it is. We always get confused as to whether it's copper tint or copper luster. Well, here it is. The actual box, guys, Fire King 12-piece set. Copper tint was the bakeware. This box, it was never, ever used. They still have their stickers on it, too. I always look at this every time I go in thinking, oh, maybe I should grab it. Should I? I don't know. What do you guys think? What I was looking at here, it's like a little candlestick or something. I don't know. I get the camera work. I don't know. This camera guy is really not that keen here. It's kind of hard to look at things and film at the same time if you've never done it. And of course, I'm trying to move as slow as I can so as not to make you guys dizzy. I think that was like a picture that had a strawberry motif on it. Oh, wow, look at that. Pretty carnival glass. Some Fenton there. Oh, wow, that must be a Nippon piece. Is that Nippon? I can't see it. Well, it might have been a Nippon piece. I'm not sure. But look at that art glass on the bottom there. Wow. I think this booth had a big sale going on. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been 50% off. There's some really beautiful things. And guys, if you see anything here, I love those candlesticks. If you see anything here on any of these shelves, feel free to let me know if you can describe it, or tell me give me the exact screenshot, like image, or email it back to me. Those pieces are cool. I like those. Gentleman just sitting there having his pipe with his little kitty or puppy next to him. If you guys see anything here that you like and you are really interested in it and you want me to go back and take a peek, or pick it up, by all means, let me know. Send me an email, and I can go back and take a peek. Oh, I think we all know that. That looks like English hobnail, I believe. Let's see. I don't know why I was shaking my finger, but... And, oh, look at those nice sherbets. Green sherbets. $60 for 6 of them. So those are $10 a piece. And I think some of them actually had some chips on them too, so they weren't in perfect condition. Really nice though, but I think they had a little bit of damage to them. So There's quite a bit to see. The store is incredible. There's some vintage toasters. How neat are those? But that old container to put your cigarette butts into. Now this box obviously caught my eye because it has a lot of vintage 80s and 70s and 80s paper, and I have quite a bit of those actually. I have a few of those downstairs, which I'm saving. I don't know why I'm saving them, but I think a lot of them have a lot of tape damage, so not sure how you guys feel about that. Campana Balm. I was pointing at that for some reason. Thought that was cool. Really no. Wow, look at that. Is that a fish? Like a blue fish. Now these were pretty. These were pink depression glass. Now, that $8 per bowl, guys, and there was no sale, I believe, in this booth. Now I really liked this tray. Look at that tray. Is that not pretty? Really beautiful. But I think it was $18, was it? Yeah, so pass that up. But, if you're buying for yourself, by all means, that's actually not too bad of a price. But as a reseller, we tend to look for items that, we can resell. And of course, we're trying to make money for ourselves as well. So we try to find something that's going to leave a little meat on the bone. As resellers, you have to consider the fact of us, using, there's some Flora Gold back there. We're driving around. There's some green glass. We're driving around. We're using our gas to go to these places. That's a beautiful, beautiful picture. Depression glass, pink depression glass. And, you have to consider our time and driving to these places. Like this particular place is about, almost 35, 40 minutes from where I live. I remember my grandmother had something similar to this guy, but he didn't have a hat. It was just the bottom part. But he was cool. That's a nice piece to put your salt and pepper shakers on, or your cream and sugar. Look at that with the silver. Really pretty. I have toys. This booth here, she's got some lovely things. Some dried floral. That was interesting. I believe I picked it up. Is that Niagara Falls? I think that's why I picked it up. Maybe Dee will see that. This is certainly a beautiful booth. Look at those beautiful dot glasses. Beautiful stuff. Incredible. Some nice clocks on the bottom there. I think I was talking with one of the shop owners here at the time. It's incredible. Such beautiful items and very well displayed. Beautiful things. That's a nice piece. It looks like maybe a muffineer. Looks like it. It's a beautiful set. Gorgeous. Very nice. I was just thinking, I hope Tammy maybe is watching this and she saw that little Raggedy Ann. I'm not sure if that's something that she'd be interested in. I can always go back and get that for you if you want it, Tammy. What was I looking at here? Oh, it was one of those foldable, collapsible measuring sticks, I guess you could call it. Like, it was like they used to use those in construction. I remember my grandfather had one. Oh, I looked at this because this, of course, reminded me of Tammy and Dave at Vintage Uprising, Texas. Tammy collected those little clowns, and I think she was able to finally clean them up after the horrible fire destruction that they had to go through, sadly. So she was able to clean them up, and they look pretty good. I'm so happy for her. Able to salvage all those beautiful things that they had, at least most of them anyway. Yep. I was like picking up here. Oh wow, that's a pretty carnival glass piece. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just kind of picking up things that I know some of you guys are really interested in and what you really like. But again, if you see something and you're very interested in it and it's unusual or something you haven't seen and you've been looking for it, by all means, feel free to email me at Oldehadleyvintage at gmail.com. And of course, I'll put that in the description box below if you guys want to message me. There's some goodies in a case there. Beautiful things. And we're just going around the corner here. Nice things in here. And oh, you guys can see me in the mirror there. Hello. Looks like little porcelain baby shoes there. Those are kind of unique. I think that's what I was looking at. Those are kind of cool. Yep. Hello. There I am. Wow, check that out, guys. Beautiful honeycomb bell or hat. Some of these booths just have so many amazing things. You just get so overwhelmed. Very overwhelming. It's even overwhelming having to watch this all over again because I had to do this voiceover because of, music and copyrights and just the privacy of people around that were chatting. There was a plate here I wanted to look at. Oh yes, the strawberry plate. That was incredible. I can't see what the price was on that, but I think it was a little bit too much out of my price range. So I put that back. That's a beautiful candlestick. Look at that. Isn't that something? I moved it too fast. I couldn't see who the maker was on that. Oh, there's some little Wade figurines. I think I was digging around. And of course I find a clown first. I'm not a huge clown fan. That's why I kind of waved my finger. I'm not a clown fan. And every green piece I picked, which I love, green, was a clown. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take any chances anymore. So I put those back. Those were $2 a piece. I do have a few of them. Few of the little Wade figurines. That was some sort of a depression glass piece, but I'm not really sure what that was. Does anybody know what that is? If you guys do, please leave it below in the comments. Let me know. There's a Fostoria American candlestick, but I think Was there only one there, or was there two? I think it was just, I think I left them there. Yep, Pastore American, yep. Those were pretty plates there. I'm just taking one last scan of this booth. There was some beautiful things, 20% off. But like I said, I'm just trying to keep my business in mind and reselling. Isn't this cool? Now that, I believe, was a glass peacock back there. How cool was that? Thought that was kind of neat. Pretty caramel glass piece there. And oh, here's one of those infamous glasses. Where is that first? I couldn't remember the first name from Arthur. Catherine from Arthur. Some pretty pieces there, the mugs and that muffineer. It's kind of pretty. That was nice. Yeah, I liked that too. That was a very pretty piece. Cream and sugar set. There's a candy dish back there that I thought was really pretty. Now look at this, guys, forest green. These had the original stickers on them. That's why I wanted to show them to you so you could see exactly what the stickers looked like. And there it is. You know what your green glass had on it. Now that was a really beautiful candy dish. I know Scott from the old Curiosity shop collects those candy dishes, so I always try to look for them, especially the unique ones. This booth had a really cool little Halloween display, some green glass. Ooh, I know. I was so excited. I was like, a lot of beautiful stuff here. So much to see. Those glasses are incredible, those drinking glasses. Especially this set here. I love this set. Isn't that beautiful? But look at the price, guys. A little bit out of my price range. Add that to my wish list. We have a lot of nice pieces in this shop. Really beautiful stuff. Like I always say, something for everyone. Some fry glass down there on the bottom shelf. I'm sure you guys saw that. This is a pretty piece with the poppies on it. Really pretty plate. That was what, $35. And these pieces here are pretty. I'm not sure if those were Fenton or not. Those were gorgeous. Little vases. Very, very pretty. Those were $15 a piece. I have a kind of a penchant for angels. I'm always picking up angels. I believe that's a German piece, Austrian. I love those porcelain angels, or especially the ones made in Germany. I have a little collection of them. That was a pretty glass. Another candlestick there. A little froggy. That was very pretty. Silver top on it. I'm not sure the maker, but it almost looks like Indiana Glass Diamond Point. Wasn't really sure. Not exactly sure how long the sale's going to last that they have here. It's almost like a fall sale. Doesn't that look like Daniel Striped Tiger from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? I think that was a lion. Ooh. How about a little alligator? Those were all Stife, I believe. They were all mohair. Yep, definitely Stife. Yep. Oh, who remembers the Snuggle Bear? Remember him? From the, the fabric softener, Snuggle? I remember you could send away and get your own Snuggle Bear. Look at these little owl bookends. Aren't those cute? I loved those. Those were cute. Now this was a beautiful vase. I just was so into that. But it was probably not in my price range, so I put it back. And guys, what is that? That is a shaving mug. See the difference between a shaving mug and a mustache mug? Completely different. I think that's why I picked it up, to show you guys the difference, in case you guys didn't know. July Cosmopolitan Magazine, 1911. July of 1911. Wow. My grandmother wasn't even born yet. Oh, I see an Amber Fenton basket down there. That looks cute. Hobnail. Now these guys, oh, there's those clowns. That's why I wanted to show you guys. Those are the same type of clowns that Tammy has. Ah, look at that. I did pick that up. I did take a look at that. Yep. Now there's a child's tea set there, but I don't think it had all the pieces to it. Now look at this booth, guys. Look at all of these old Halloween masks. And each one is $25. 20% off, but still, nope. She's even disgusted by it. Look at these trick-or-treat bags. How great are they? $25 though. It was a little bit too steep for me. So we'll leave those there for someone else to discover. Now this was a neat piece. It was a Kellogg's measuring cup. See the Kellogg's on the bottom? And it was pink. I think they have 35 on it. Really cool. Now those plates were cool. Now they're not old. They are newer. And I think I went back and looked at them again because I just loved the images on them. I love the owl. But they were newer. They weren't old. And of course there's some Annalise. I'm not a fan of that. Those Annalie or Annalise. I don't know how you pronounce them or what they are, but I'm just not a fan. So nobody needs to comment on that. Just not a fan. I thought those were kind of cute. Little salt and pepper shakers. Potbelly stoves. This is a nice booth. She's got a beautiful assortment of things here too. That was like a tin tray, I believe. She has some nice vintage 40s kitchen. Oh, there's a nice amber piece that I picked up. She has a lot of old kitchen utensils too. She had a lot of nice amber glass. But I usually put things down if the price isn't, within the range in which I want to spend. I remember pointing at that because I do remember seeing that. Maybe Scott might have had one of those in his sale quite a while back. Whoa. Boo. Those are a cool enamel tray, like for barbecue. Boo. And ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, this booth has a lot of beautiful stuff in it. She's got some dried gourds. And this is absolutely incredible. This is, I cannot remember, I think I show. Sweet Anne. The fragrance is incredible. I think I smelled it a couple of times because it was just so incredible to smell. And I think what you do with that is you tuck it into your linens or into your, into your like your drawer with your t-shirts or your underwear or whatever, into your dressers, and it just, to add fragrance. Really, really pretty. It smells incredible. The shop just goes on and on, guys. It's incredible. I figured you would love this. I've been wanting to do this, show you this shop for a while now. It's absolutely incredible. Look at those beautiful divided plates. Really, really nice. Now, this booth over here is not anything antique or vintage, but these candles, I just gave a thumbs up, are incredible. And when I'm here, I always pick up several candles from this lady who makes these candles. They are so fragrant, guys. They're unbelievable. And they were on sale. I was so excited. I think I ended up buying like a half a dozen just to stock up. She's got a lot of beautiful primitive things and a lot of goodies tucked in, but these candles are so fragrant. And there you go. I pointed it out. Old Stone Tavern. See how he used to spell old is OLDE. That's what, just like Oldehadleyvintage. Some old Amberina crackle. And, she was cute. There's a little bit of Christmas. And there's some of those Annalee deer. The deer are okay. I can handle the deer. But that was a pretty piece. It had a flower frog in it. A lot of Christmas pieces here. Some deer. I love collecting the winter deer. I thought he was neat. He was a little skater boy. I thought he was kind of cool and unique. But I think I put him back because the price probably wasn't just right for me, I guess. But this is a nice booth. They always have some nice little Christmas items and little knickknacks and bric-a-brac tucked in here and there. And I take my time when I go to an antique shop because for me, guys, sorry about the thumb or the finger. I'm usually better than that, but that's better. Nope, keeps popping into view. Sorry about the finger, guys. But going to an antique shop, it's like my zen. It's my time to relax. Some ruby red. It's pretty. Little cups. Only 3 though. Little punch cups. It was like $9 for 3. And almost looks like Snoopy, doesn't it? And this I think was a pretty pink piece. Yeah, it was a little pink depression glass piece. There's a lot to see in this store, guys. And that is Capri, I believe. And that is a blue Federal. That almost looks like Mayflower Rose. Or Cabbage Rose, Mayflower Rose. And blue, very unusual. You don't see that very often. Those look like little Hazel Atlas. Some Hazel Atlas custard or pudding cups. Look at that beautiful dish. Oh, look at this, guys. Is this not beautiful? Pair of candlesticks. Aren't those gorgeous? You probably saw the price on it. I couldn't see it, but it was 25% off. Oh, there's a nice opalescent piece. Hope you guys aren't annoyed with my voice by this point. And, oh, I think I was pointing out the fact that it's Valentine's. Let's not rush it, right? Let's enjoy Halloween and Thanksgiving, and let's take our time. Let's not rush the seasons. These stores, they keep pushing things in. I think they're starting to take the Christmas stuff out now. I love those old German sheep that I was just showing you. One of my favorites. I picked that up because it said Friendly's Ice Cream. Many of you have Friendly's Ice Cream near you. Well, Friendly's Ice Cream originated right near me here too. Again, sorry for the finger on the top there, guys. But Friendly's actually originated from Wilbraham, Massachusetts, which is not too far from where I live. So if you have a Friendly's ice cream, in your area, it's not very far from where I grew up is where it originated. Ah, there's a snowy owl. You guys know me, I love my snowy owls. There's a little boy, old picture of an old little boy back there. Whoa. How about some Halloween scares? Oh, there's some of those knee huggers, guys. Look at those dudes. Aren't they great? Definitely not priced cheaply, though. They're a little pricey, but I dug around, and I love digging around and looking at things. And that's the one thing too, is a lot of these booths have shelves on a very low area, like almost near the floor. But I get right down there. Now those, if you don't know what they are, they sit on top of your hot light bulb on your Christmas tree, and the heat actually makes them turn around. They like kind of spin around. There's one of those. That might be a Rushton Santa. I'm not sure. Is it Rushton? I think it's Rushton, right? Am I right saying that? I think I am. There's a glass bake soup bowl there. See it? The red one with the cover on it? I was talking about one of those the other day. When I was sick, I remember having my soup out of those bowls. Wow, there's some mid-century candlesticks there. Look at those pink with the gold trim. Oh, those plastic deer. I've got so many of those. I love those guys. I usually put those out for Christmas. Look at all the Pyrex and Fire King swirl bowl in the front there, and jadeite. Now, you guys may recognize that tiny little guy right there. Yep, I ended up picking him up. He came home with me. During my last sale, somebody actually pointed him out, sitting him up on my shelf behind me. Yep, thumbs up, I took him home with me. He was cool. And there's an old Santa. Yep. There's some girly candles. Now they're girly. Gurley is the name of the company. So they're not girly meaning feminine. It's Girly is the company. Gurley. In case you guys are not familiar. Most of you are, though. Little brass deer in there. I do love my deer. I love my owls. I love putting my deer out for Christmas, and I usually leave them out through the winter too. And there's some beautiful oil lamps. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Really, really beautiful. Ah, look at that. Now that's a tidbit sandwich tray. Wow. Really, really pretty. And they do have a few lamps. Not many, but there are a few. There's a shave mug up there. And this shelf here, they have quite a bit of old items. So I kind of wanted to scan it for you guys so you could take a look. Thought it was kind of neat. I have those Doan's pills. I have that Doan's pills bottle. My favorite color, green. Look at these great Christmas ornaments. Imagine those. They were probably festooned at a Woolworths somewhere, I'm sure. There's an old Necco candy jar. Necco stood for the New England Confectionery Company, in case you guys didn't know that. They're the ones that make those Necco wafers. And a little Santa Claus there. Looks like a salt and pepper shaker. Ah, there's a spice grinder. Not a spice grinder, but a nut grinder. I have one of those. Not exactly sure if mine's green. I can't remember. Oh, there's those infamous 70s ceramic pieces. I think my grandmother had made us a couple of those. This booth here has a lot of toys and things in it. Some dollhouse furniture. Some Christmas items mixed in. Oh. A little piano for a dollhouse. There's some fantastic plastic. Look at that. Isn't that unique? Huh. I was kind of surprised by that. I'd never seen that before. Oh, look at the little owls on their books. Aren't they cute? I don't know if they were salt and pepper shakers. Yeah, they might have been. Can't really tell. Little mouse. How cute. Look at those big eyes. I was looking at these. Those are actually real lights that you can attach to your dollhouse. They're exterior lights. I actually dabbled in a little bit of that circuit. That was actually the company that would make a lot of the wiring kits and things for some of the... Oh, look at that piece back there. That circuit company, they would make pieces to illuminate dollhouses. And I dabbled in a little bit of that building of dollhouses many years ago. That was kind of a hobby of mine. Hopefully I will get back into it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little tidbit. I couldn't resist. I had to do that. Just reminded me of David, so hopefully he gets to see this video and he gets a chuckle out of that. Hope you all did. Oh, those old hats. Look at that punch bowl. A lot of glass back here. Now that's a pink depression glass piece. I always get very scared when I see pieces that are taped together. I've had horror stories in the past where I've just purchased items, I brought them home without taking them apart and come to find out, they were all chipped on the inside, so. Ooh, there you go. Happy Halloween. Oh, some of those baby dolls are very, very frightening. To me, anyway. And some pretty glass there. Some Fostoria. I think I've got those downstairs. I saw some Moonstone there. And this, I believe, is a tidbit tray, but it has a glass motif. Something underneath it that I was looking at. I think that might have also been another amber piece. There's that iris and herringbone, but obviously in the clear. Now, these were very pretty. These are like an iridescent carnival glass divided dish. I thought those were kind of neat, but they were a little bit pricey. So I left those there for someone else to discover. Check out that lamp. Isn't that pretty? I thought it was very interesting. I was kind of intrigued with that. I really liked that a lot. Yeah. That was really nice. Can't see the price on it, though. Sorry, I'm filming in this vertical position. I guess I didn't realize it when I was back here in this room. Oh boy, what am I headed towards? Oh boy. Oh, that was a pretty piece. Now that attaches to the ceiling. You'll see some little holes there. They would have attached either with a chain or with little metal rods, and they would cover the light bulbs of your ceiling fixture. And those are beautiful pieces. I remember my grandmother having a couple of those in her home. That was a cool piece, I thought. Has some really neat little rings on there. That's pretty. A lot of the prices were a little bit high, so sorry about all my swinging around here. I wish I realized that I was filming in vertical and not horizontal here, guys. I do apologize, but yeah, it looks like Topo Gigio. Anybody remember him from the old Ed Sullivan show? Oh my goodness, look at these scary things. These crazy mannequins. Stuff dreams are made out of, or should I say nightmares are made out of. Now there is an old dress form. Wow, look at that. When ladies used to make their own clothes. Or tailors, too. Men would make clothes, too. An old picture on the floor there. Oh, I just wish I knew I was filming in vertical. Sorry about that, guys. I think putting that hat on really got me going. Oh, there's some ruby red little glasses there. Some carnival glass drinking glasses, but yeah, as you can see, the prices are just a little bit out of my range. So, let's see. I was looking at there, maybe some more carnival glass. It's quite a bit to see. And this is in a back area of the store. Store is very large, so oh, guys, check this out. This was a dollhouse. And this was handmade. And there was no kit involved here at all. And I was just in awe of this. Windows and everything. Not bad for the price. Now check this out. Look at the top lifts right up. And whoever started working on this actually started, if you can see the electrical? They actually started putting in some of that Sur kit, as I was telling you about. And it would be covered with wallpaper. and you would simply plug these little plugs with little sharp nails into the wall, into the wood of your dollhouse, and then you can plug any lamp or any light into it just like you would in any home. So here we are back in horizontal. That dollhouse was just incredible, though. Very well made. I'm just picking up some pieces, looking and seeing what the makers are on them. Some of them were really pretty. Oh, look at those little shot glasses. Those are some depression glass, shot glasses. It's a pretty plate. Newer, though. Look at these old Westinghouse flash bulbs. Remember when we used to have to use flash bulbs for our cameras? I may not be as young as you guys think I am. I remember those. Look at these beautiful pieces here. These were really nice. But I have quite a bit of clear glass, so I'm trying to pass up on some clear glass now because, like I said, I have quite a bit downstairs accumulated, which will be coming to sales in the future. Now there's a Fostoria American square with a rum well in the middle. Square cake plate. Beautiful planters. There's a gorgeous that was a cute little box that I saw. I liked that. Little brass box. Little birds. It was an interesting little bowl or something at the bottom. It almost looked like Amberina with like a silver. Oh, look at this cut to clear, guys. Is that not incredible? Look at that. Well, get ready, because I got some beautiful cut to clear coming your way. That is incredible, guys. I was just so all over that. But the price was just a little bit too high. No, that's a pretty carnival piece. Look at that. That's a nice carnival glass. But as you can see, the price, what is it, $100 for that? Yeah, just a little tad out of my price range right now. Not sure who he was.
I hope you really enjoyed that shop along as much as I did. I love this antique shop. A close friend of mine works here and she is just fantastic. Tina, thank you so much. I really appreciate it and I hope to see you maybe at my sale tomorrow night. And I found out something very interesting about this antique shop. I always wondered what this building was. I'm going to take a couple of shots of the exterior before I leave. She told me, ironically, because she asked me if I was going to be doing any baking videos as well. And yes, I will. And I told her, I said, I'm thinking of doing a hermit video, making hermit cookies. And the funny part about it is that this antique shop that I was just in was actually a factory that made hermit cookies. What are the odds of that? I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So thank you, Tina, for telling me about that. So I hope you enjoy it. And to boot, they even have coffee. So they give you, you can pick up a cup of coffee and they have some little snacks and things while you're shopping around. And I even bought a bag of this coffee. It's really good. Tina made it, so good job, Tina. So with that, I bid you adieu, and I will see you guys very soon. at either a next live sale or a thrift haul. So guys, this is the antique shop that I was just at. It's called the Palmer Co-op Antique Center. It's here in Palmer, Massachusetts. And it's a great little building. And that's where I just was, that I filmed this. And apparently this was a factory years ago. And that's where they stored all the sugar and flour, because it always stayed cold. It's not a heated building. And yeah, so how cool is that? So that's where I just was, one of my favorite antique shops. So if you guys are ever in Massachusetts, in Western Mass, stop by the Palmer Co-op Antique Center and tell Tina I said hello, and tell Tina I sent ya.